Welcome back to the Valentine Show, guys. I'm your host, Valentine, expecting you guys are having a wonderful and blessed day. TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. How's everybody doing out there? I'm doing good. We alive. We good. You're seeing, you're hearing, you're touching, you're smelling. You are blessed. On today's show, we have a lot. When I mean a lot, we have a lot to cover. We have a very exhaustive show. We have a very exciting show. We're going to be talking about Fauci. We're going to be talking about NBA, NHL, and I think one of the most important questions that we're going to get into today, we're going to be talking about, these polls that are showing that Biden is winning against Trump. What is going on? The people that are here, I know Alexis is here. She's here. Thank you so much, Alexis, for being here. Give it a like, give it a comment. The people that are coming in, give it likes, give it comment. Remember, guys, it helps me a lot when you guys do all these things to a lot of my videos, not only this one, but to all the videos that I upload. And obviously, the best part of the night, in my opinion, the live calls. We're going to get into that in about maybe 20 minutes. I think I'm going to open it up a little bit earlier today. I hope we have a great show like we did last Friday. It's hot where I'm at right now, but we're here and we're live. Let me see who's in here. Let me see. Let me take a look at the chat. Who's in here? Who is in here? Let's see. All right. We got a couple people here. Again, this is how things start, guys. Things start small and they progress with a lot of hard work. Nothing is ever handed to you. Nothing, no matter how pretty you think you are or no matter how good you think you are, nothing is ever handed to you. You got to put in the work. You got to put in hard work, because everything that comes easy leaves easy. I remember when I started YouTube 3 years ago, and people said, get this amount of subscribers. They're going to come fast. Do this. Everything's going to come quick. No. Not happening. First of all, you got to start. And I believed in my skills that I had. I believe I was a good talker. But listen, but when that camera's on, it's a whole different story. Like, you start getting nervous. You start jumbling up words. I even discovered, I didn't think so, but I even discovered I had an accent. And I didn't even know. I thought I was a 100% full gringo. But not the case, and this is how things work. But let's get into the show. Did you know? Let me switch the camera here for you guys to see. Happy National Avocado Day. Today is Avocado Day. That's right, National Avocado Day. At that great fruit. Avocado has seen, I don't know if a resurgence, but I guess a boom in the last couple of years with their liberals and their, avocado toast. It's funny because I was having, avocado toast, right? But we Dominicans, we've been eating avocado and bread since I don't know when, man. Aguacate con pan. That's we've been eating that since eternity, forever. Now the gringos got a whiff of it and they saw, hey, these avocado and bread things, they're really good. So we got to get on this. and they have gone on it, and they love it. They cannot have enough avocado. I love avocado, especially the best avocados. I don't care. I'm gonna say it here, even if I get in trouble for it. The best. Excuse me. See, I'm telling you the words. The best avocados are Haas Mexican avocados, hands down. The same one you're seeing right here. Hands down, these are the best avocados. I don't care who says it. The best avocados, man. Straight up. So happy National Avocado Day. Let's get into some of the news here. Let me this is muted, right? I want to show you guys this. This is where we at in Portland. In Portland, they have a more of a problem with the restoring law and order with the government agents, with the federal agents. They have more of a problem with those people than with the, I don't know, where are we? 55 days, 60 days, 2 months of constant protest in Oregon, Portland, and they have a problem with this. Yeah, this is what they did, because these people are animals, man. That's a real pig's head with a, what is this? A little hat of a police officer, calling them pigs. That's the inflammatory, derogatory name euphemism that they use for cops. And this is thanks to Andy NGO on Twitter. This is what they have done in Portland. Where are we gonna, like, when is it enough? Again, I'm guessing, I don't know. I'm guessing is, and maybe somebody in the comments could confirm this to me. Maybe they're doing this on purpose. Again, we are in an election year, so they're probably trying to let the chaos continue. That way they could just blame it all on Trump. And to be honest, I think if it wasn't for the good people that are living in Portland, and for the business owners that are living in Portland, and for the people that actually want to sleep and enjoy and have their communities back, enjoy the homes and everything back, if it wasn't for that, I would want Trump to let the chaos happen. That way they could literally burn the whole city down. That way they could see what they're gonna do with that. To be honest, that's what I wish would happen. Guys, give me 1 second. Let me fix this. Let me fix this right here. I gotta fix something. Okay. Let me fix this right here. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, there we go. There we go. Let me see. I got it. There you go. I will let it burn down, man, to be honest, man. And it seemed like, again, these horrible cities that all these things are happening. What are they? Take a walk, guys. Democratic cities. Democratic cities. Alexis, you're 100% right. Of course they're saying it's these people. And that's the thing. People that know about God, the people that know about the Bible, if you don't know about the Bible, you don't know about God, you could just leave it at they're bad people, they're criminals, right? But if you have the extra knowledge that only comes from the Bible, that only comes from God, you know 100% this hatred comes from somewhere else. That's the fountain of hatred. And that's Satan. Comes from the evil, right? That's where that comes from. There's another level of that. Look, why would you take a pig's head, a real pig's head, and burn it in the streets? I mean, it's insanity. But again, they have more problem with those people they have more problem with the agents in Oregon, right? All right, let's continue here. As expected, the NBA news. For the people that are coming in, we have a really long show. The question of the night is going to be what's going on with all these polls that put Joe Biden up, man. The guy is like literally been led around, people holding his hand to walk him out of places, blah, blah, blah. We're going to be talking about that. And something that I found that might put your hopes up. And we're going to get into it right away. And again, we're going to be opening up the lines and all that. We're going to be doing all that today on the Valentine Show. So please, if you're coming in, give me a like, give me a share. Share this content, guys. The only way we're going to make your message grow is by sharing the content. Okay, I understand. You might be a little bit scared to share it with I don't know, with some people, share it with people you're trustworthy. So, that way they could see, that the message has to be perpetuated. That way, if there's people that are not afraid like me to voice our opinions, because it's our opinions, right? Support these people. And I'm not even asking to support them financially. Just by a share and a like, that's like literally more than enough. Getting back to the NBA. The NBA, and I said it, and I'm going to dedicate a video to this, the NBA needs to suffer the consequences of conservative dollars. Conservative dollars need the NBA to pay. You see all these people, all this hardwood that you see here, all these uniforms, all these multi-million-dollar mansion that these people have, the lifestyle that these people have is because of you and me. And I'm going to dare say that, first of all, sports, for the most part, all of them, most of them, NBA, the ones with a lot of money, NBA, Major Leagues, NFL, they're man's things, right? Is a man thing. Older men at that. For the most part, older men tend to be a little bit more conservative. I believe with the initiative that I'm gonna start here, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's gonna be a movement. I hope it becomes a movement. I don't know what it's gonna be of this. It's gonna be called, and I've said it before, conservative dollars. These people need to feel the wrath of conservative dollars. We are literally paying for these people to spread this hateful message of Black Lives Matter, the organization, not the sentiment, obviously, the organization, which wants to destroy America, wants to destroy the family unit, wants to bring all these progressive ideas. We are literally paying these people to kneel on one foot because we do not have enough discipline to say what we're going to do. You remember the Goya boycott? And remember, if it's Goya, it has to be good. Support Goya. You got to support companies that support you and your way of life and what you think, and people that share your message, right? Remember boycott Goya? What happened to boycott Goya? People forgot about that. Why? Because liberals are not united with this to boycott this. We got to get united. Conservatives have to be united. If we say boycott a company, they have to feel the wrath of conservatives and take it into account, because for the most part, most companies are going towards the left. There's very few companies that are doing are taking into account our conservative dollars, right? Like Goya, like My Pillow. I think Red Bull fired somebody that wanted to get all SJW on them and fired them. So Red Bull might be another company that we should take our conservative dollars and give it to them, right? We got to make these people pay for real, man. Enough is enough. So what happens, right? So the NBA players kneel. Damn, I had it up here. Look at it right here. How about the NHL? Look, I'm not even an NHL fan, but I guess I'm going to have to become an NHL fan, man. I'm going to have to become, because they don't kneel. As they should. I believe this is, and I mean, I've said it, but I'm going to say it again. I believe there's a time and a place for all these. There's a time and a place. Your job is not the time and the place for you to send a political statement. It's not. It's not the time and the place for you to send a political statement. You get paid to dribble. You get paid to skate. You get paid to tackle another man. You get paid for all that. You don't get paid to send a political message, because people don't want to hear that. That's why they turn into sports. They don't want to hear none of that stuff. They don't want to hear none of that stupidity. Again, I've said it. I'm all day looking into politics. Do you believe that when I look into sports, major leagues, baseball, whatever it is, do you believe that you think I want to listen to politics? No, I don't want to listen to politics. I've been listening to politics all day long. Why do I want to see politics on the baseball field, on the football field, on any type of field, on the ice? No, I don't. I guess I'm going to have to look into the NHL, man, seriously, because again, like I said, and I'm not against the protest. I disagree 100% with them. There's a time and a place. Do it on your time, right? Why do you got to take it on the court, right? You have a platform. Do it on Twitter. Do it on Instagram. Do it wherever you want. But why on the court? Let me see what's going on in the chat. Who's here? Sonia. Hey, what's up, Sonia? How you doing today? Hopefully you're doing good. Let me see what Alexis, let me see what you say. I will buy tickets for this season. Hockey it is. Exactly. Like, right, look, I don't like hockey. Like, I have no interest for hockey, but hockey is the sport right now that's gonna help me, cope with my drive to look at sports, right? So we're gonna look into that. This is where we at in America. So we have to change with the times. We have to change with the times because we can't keep funding our these institutions that literally want to destroy a life. Why would you want to do that? Does that make any sense? You're funding institutions that want to destroy you. Why would you do that? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Dr. Fauci recommends now. Yo, Dr. Fauci, I got the video right here. Dr. Fauci gets destroyed in Congress by Jim Jordan. Destroyed. And I think this is the way Jim Jordan questions, and the way you question should be the way Jim Jordan questions. You ask the question and you let them answer. And you shut up, you let them answer. But before we get into that, Dr. Fauci recommends wearing goggles to prevent catching the coronavirus. We're wearing goggles now, guys. He recommends that in some live on I think it was CBS or something like that. The man is now saying that if you want to get covered 100% to wear goggles, there's going to be people out there that are going to listen to this, right? And they're going to start wearing goggles, more scared, right? Yet, Jim Jordan asks him simple questions, just simple stuff, simple questions. And he's like what we call in Spanish, gagueando. He's stuttering. This is a great exchange. Look at this.
Chairman, Dr. Fauci, do protests increase the spread of the virus?
Do protests increase the spread of the virus?
Simple question. Do protests increase the spread of the virus? That's like a yes or no answer.
I think I can make a general statement.
Well, 500,000 protesters on June 6th alone.
Yeah.
I'm just asking that number of
No.
people, does it increase the spread of the virus?
Crowding together, particularly when you're not wearing a mask, contributes to the spread of the virus.
Should we limit the protesting?
Easy question. Easy answer. He didn't say protest. He says crowding together, you spread the virus. Great. Should we limit the protesting? He's there to make recommendations to the government because they're not the expert. He's the expert. He's the expert. So that's why they have him there. If not, they will be making the choices. He's the expert. The government right now, Jim Jordan is asking him, should we limit the protests after you said that crowding contributes to the spread of the virus? Like, this is like a 10-year-old boy or girl can answer this. 8-year-old can answer this. If this causes this, cause and effect. If this causes this, should we stop doing this?
I'm not sure what you mean should.
I am not a conspiracy theorist. I am not into too much into the whole Bill Gates thing and the blah, blah, blah and the New World Order. I'm not. I respect if you are. I respect you. No problem. I need to see the evidence. I'm a doubting Thomas, as they say in the Bible. Somebody who needs to touch and see before they believe. That's me. That's moi right here. This guy with these evading the question, it just seems funny to me. Why would you evade such a simple question? It just casts more doubt, and it just literally, you're feeding the conspiracy theory monster. And we're gonna get into YouTube. The owner, not the CEO, Susan Kwartz, I think is her name. I'm not even sure, to be honest. I don't even know how to pronounce her name. Something with an S. What she said like 2 months ago regarding any information that's against the WHO.
How do we say limit the protesting?
Should government limit the protesting?
I don't think that's relevant to.
Well, you just said if it increases the spread of the virus, I'm protesting.
Yo, we got to put this back. Yo, how, to be honest, with all respect to Dr. Fauci, he's looking real, like, ignorant. Like, he's not a doctor of the CDC. Like, he's not the head of the CDC. I mean, I just don't understand. Like, he's like,
I don't think that's relevant to.
Well, you just said if it increases the spread of the virus, I'm just asking, should we limit it?
Well, I'm not in a position to determine what the government can do in a forceful way.
Well, you make all kinds of recommendations. You,
No.
you make comments on dating, on baseball, on everything
No.
you can imagine. I'm just asking you just said
Yeah.
that protests increase the spread.
No.
I'm just asking you, should we try to limit the protests?
No, I think I would leave that to people who have more of a position to do that. I can tell you.
Government
that-
stopping people from going to church?
He will leave that to somebody who has more of an authority. Yeah, but your job as a doctor, again, is to make recommendations. That's where you're the expert. Makes no sense. Why are you evading the question? Thank God I'm not a U.S. representative, man. I will be tearing a new one into these people.
Dr. Fauci.
Damn, that sounds kind of good. Valentine 2024. Vote for me. Hey.
Yeah.
Last week in the Calvary Chapel case, 5 liberals on the Supreme Court said it was okay for Nevada to limit church services. Justice Gorsuch said it best. He said, there's no world in which the Constitution permits Nevada to favor Caesar's Palace over Calvary Chapel. I'm just asking, is there a world where the Constitution says you can favor one First Amendment liberty, protesting,
Right.
over another, practicing your faith?
In California, they're telling churches, don't sing because you are propagating the virus. Don't sing because you're issuing an apocalypse, the COVID-19 apocalypse. Yet the doctor that is assigned to make recommendations to the government is not able to tell you to limit the protesting. Yet government is limiting the ability for people to go to church. And not only to church, they're limiting other people's ability to open and run a business and to do what they have to do. And we're going to see what he also says here.
I'm not favoring anybody over anybody. I'm
Stop
just
it, man.
making a statement that's a broad statement.
No, it's not.
That avoid crowds of any type, no matter where you are, because that leads to the acquisition and transmission. And I don't judge one crowd versus another crowd. When you're in a crowd, particularly if you're not wearing a mask, that induces the spread.
It's a simple question, doctor. Should we limit the protests? Government is obviously limiting people
Yeah.
going to church. And look, there's been no violence that I can see at church. I haven't seen people during a church service go out and harm police officers or burn buildings. But we know that, for 63 days, 9 weeks, it's been happening in Portland.
Right. Yeah.
Well, one night in Chicago, 49 officers were injured. But no limit to protests. But boy, you can't go to church on Sunday.
I don't know how many times I can answer that. I'm not going to opine on limiting anything. I'm just going to tell you.
You've opined on a lot of things, Dr. Fauci.
Yeah, but I've never
This
said
is
to
something that
limit
directly impacts the spread of the virus, and I'm asking your position on the protest.
Yeah, I'm not going to opine on limiting anything. I'm telling you what it is, the danger. And you can make your own conclusion about that. You should stay away from crowds, no matter where the crowds are.
Government has stopped people from going to work. In fact, just in New Jersey 4 days ago, Ian Smith, Frank Trombetta were arrested for trying to operate their business, their gym. They were arrested. But my bet is if these two individuals who own this gym were outside just in front of their gym, and all the people who were working out in their gym were outside protesting, they'd been just fine. But because they were in the gym working out, actually running their business, they got arrested. You think that's okay?
I'm not going to opine on who gets arrested and who does not.
That's insanity right there, man. Insanity. You trying to run a business, you get arrested because you're running the business. Yet if you were in front of that same business protesting and possibly breaking into the business, you would not get arrested. No wonder the government is not to be trusted. No wonder.
You get where I'm going? I'm telling you, as a public health official, I say crowds.
Do you see the inconsistency, though, Dr. Fauci?
There's no inconsistency, Congressman.
So you're allowed to protest millions of people on one day in crowds yelling, screaming, but you try to run your business, you get arrested? And if you stood right outside of that same business and protested, you wouldn't get arrested? You don't see an inconsistency there?
I don't understand what you're asking me as a public health official to opine on who should get arrested or not. That's not my position. You could ask it as much as you
you've
want,
advocated for
and I'm
certain.
not
See, and this is, and pick it up, guys. When people are put under pressure, they latch onto something. They latch onto one thing. You see how he's latching? Oh, you don't want me to opine on people getting arrested? No, he's not asking you to opine on people getting arrested. He's asking you whether it's valid that they're treating one thing different over the other, but yet he caught that little. Okay, let me latch on to the whole arrested thing because I'm not supposed to be opining on that. I'm just a public health official. I'm not the law. Let me latch on to that and let me just keep writing that. That way I avoid the other question that he's asking me.
Businesses, you've advocated for certain businesses to be shut down. I'm just asking you on your position on the protest. I haven't seen one. We've heard a lot about hair salons.
By the way, for the people that are brand new that don't know, this is Jim Jordan. He is set to be the Speaker of the House if the Republicans take back the House in November. And it's very, very important for not only the President of the United States, Donald Trump, to get reelected, but that we take back the House. So whatever state you're in, find out who's running for Congress, who's running particularly the side of the House and the Senate. Also, you have to find out both of them, right? Senate and House. Remember, there's 2 houses in Congress, right? 2 chambers, they call them. Find out who's running for who, because it's very important. This guy is set, if we take the House, this guy is set to replace none other than conservative favorite Nancy Pelosi.
Seen one hairstylist who between haircuts goes out and attacks police or sets something on fire. But we've seen all kinds of that stuff during protests, and we know the protest actually increased the spread of the virus. You've said that.
I said crowds. I didn't say specifically. I didn't say protests do anything.
So the protests don't increase the spread of the virus?
I didn't say that. You're putting words in my mouth.
No,
You see how he grabs onto this. He just doesn't want to say protest. He grabs onto a certain little thing. Is insane, is insanity, man. Hey guys, for the people that are coming here, please share, please give me a like. We are going to turn on the phone lines we're going to turn them on early today. We're going to turn them on in about 5 minutes. And we're going to get there. What's up to all the people that are coming in the chat? Damon from the Bronx, as always, is in the casa, in the house. Incognito, no name. What's up, my brother? God bless everybody that's here. Let's continue on this. So this was Fauci getting murdered, literally getting destroyed in the thing, right? On Congress. Let's get to the issue at hand. Look at that, man. This has me scared, man. These are the polls, man. These are the polls right here. These are the polls that are saying that it makes 0 sense. When I mean zero sense. Joe Biden up on President Trump. How is this happening? I don't understand. I don't even know what are some of the positions of Joe Biden. I don't even know. The guy has been in his house. What is it? But I know what's the deal with that. Joe Biden is not running alone as of right now. Actually, his running mate, which is set to be a thing next week, they're gonna announce it. But his unofficial running mate right now is actually Donald Trump. So they're voting for bad Donald Trump, according to the left, is with Joe Biden, and that's who actually they're voting for. They're just voting to get rid of Donald J. Trump. But let's talk a little bit about this here. This is some of the polls, right? Some of the polls that we have here. Look at all these polls. This was actually today. This is Real Clear Politics, July 31st. This is today. Look, general election, Trump, Emerson poll, Biden 50, Trump 46, Biden +4. Thursday was Biden. Look at another poll here. IDP TIPP poll. Biden 48, Trump 41, Biden +7. Wednesday, July 29, Biden +9. At least there's a trend here. We go from +9 right here to +7, +4. Seems like is getting smaller. But why in the first place? Why in the first place is Biden out of all the politicians out there, Biden is up on President Trump, a man who's been in politics for like 50 years, and now he's going to fix America? Come on, man. Come on. But it has me questioning, is there something wrong with the poll? Is there something wrong with the poll system? I'm like, okay, there might be something wrong with the poll. Or people are answering poll truthfully. I'm going to tell you this. This is a personal story. They called me. They wanted to ask me some questions regarding, I think it was polls or something like that. I have no idea who's calling me. I don't know who is under the line. I'm not just going to give my information up to people. I don't know who's calling me. I don't know who got my number. What did I do? No, I'm not answering no polls. Bye-bye. Prakiti, and I hanged up on them. I just hanged up on them. Because I don't know who's who. And that sentiment that I just explained right there is this right here. This is Cato at Liberty, the Cato Institute. New poll, 62% of Americans say the political climate prevents them from sharing political views. 62%. I know Sonia is one of those. Sonia is one of the brand new subscribers. She said that she shares something political, right-leaning conservative. I'm a mom group, right? And they kind of got on her for sharing that or whatever, right? She felt the animosity towards conservative, and you feel it, you see it. Cancel culture is out there going bananas, right? 62%, and mind you, the people on the other side, the left-leaning people, they have no problem in coming to the school with a Joe Biden shirt or with a Bernie bro shirt or with anything like that. Meanwhile, the Trump supporter conservatives have to keep that on the hush because it's not gonna go crazy. Look at this: 62% agree the political climate these days prevent me from saying things I believe because others might find them offenses. I will have to agree. I believe that. So, are people not answering polls correctly, or are they not answering polls at all? We got history, last election cycle, the polls were wrong. Is there going to be a repeat? Maybe. Sounds possible. I stumbled into this. This is thanks to a YouTuber by the name of, what's his name? Mr. Reagan. He did a video on this. And I went to this website. It's called the primary model. It's a different model. It's not a poll model. It's not asking people questions. It's none of that. It's just based on the numbers. And we're going to get into it, what some of these things mean. It's very important. And who the primary model is giving a chance to win, right? Who are they picking? Who are they're not there, because it's actually one guy that made this thing. This is called the primarymodel.com. The author of this thing right here is Helmut Northporth, professor, PhD, University of Michigan, 1974, in Department of Political Science, Stony Brook University, Stony Brook, New York. Right here, this guy right here, he does it a little bit different. The way that they forecast these elections is via what they call the primary model. They use the primary of each election, forecasting presidential elections since 1912, which that's when the primary system started. They use the data based on the primary system. And according to him, this is what he does. Chances of winning in 2020, Electoral College, 91% they gave Donald Trump and 9% to Joe Biden. The primary model gives President Donald Trump a 91% chance of winning the elections 2020, with Democrat Joe Biden just a 9% chance. That makes sense to me, to be honest. That makes sense to me. I don't know if 9%, I will put it at 70-30, to be honest. That's just me. But they base it again on how the candidates won their primaries, how many people showed up, and by what amount did they win their primary, and by what amount, and whoever was in second place, right? Also, they use what is the other measure? Well, I'm forgetting right now. The other measure that they use to gauge this model, which again, it makes perfect sense. Let's keep reading a little bit here. And in 2016, when polls, pundits, and forecasters were all predicting a certain victory of Hillary Clinton, the primary model was practically alone in predicting Donald Trump's victory. It did so as early as March 7 that year, putting his chances of winning at 87%. The other gauge that they use is, or meter, is incumbency, whether the incumbent candidate is going to win or not. They actually place a little bit more on incumbency. That usually tends to happen. The incumbent usually wins. At the end of the day, Donald Trump hasn't done bad. He's talking about law and order. A whole bunch of people want law and order. People in Portland want law and order. The country wants law and order. And there's people that are in their houses afraid of saying things, but they're going to speak on November 12th. Okay, so let's keep reading a little bit here. So let's talk about here how the White House party has fared since 1960. This again, incumbency. After one term, look what happens. After one term, meaning an incumbent president is coming up like Donald Trump. This is what usually happens. Look, since 1964, win, one loss, win. So what you think is going to happen in 2020? You're a smart person. Win. Okay. How about after 2 terms? What usually happens? The country gets tired of the same, not only president, but of the same party, and they want a different change. Hence, they pick somebody else, another party. Look what happened since 1960. Loss, incumbent president, loss. That's what happened with Obama and Clinton. They lost, right? After Obama served 2 years. 1988, win. Loss. So looking back for Joe Biden, it's insanity, man. What else it use? It says here, candidates ahead in early polls lost election. Also, early polls who lost election. Look at this. Clinton. Nobody can forget Clinton last year. Look at this. McCain, look, she had 47% and Trump had 41%, a margin of -6. March, McCain, look, -6, that's the margin. Today we saw the margin was +4. So we're talking about -4 only. Obama, McCain was up, Obama 43%, -4. Kerry, Bush, there was a margin of 6%. Wow, look at this one. 1992, Bush, Clinton, a margin of 19%, and Clinton won with Bush ahead on the polls. I think there might be a switch, but I'm not sure, to be honest. Again, I think this is a great model. Guys, the time has come. The time has come. Let's get in here, man. Let's go. What is 646-470-1077? Call me. What's on your mind? Talk to me about anything. Even of something that I didn't talk about today. You could talk to me. Call me up. Let me know what's up. How you feeling today? Again, the number to call is 646-470-1077. While we continue here and talking, I think this has a lot of people scared, right? This has a lot of people scared. I have a friend that he wasn't that excited about voting last year, but not last year, in 2016. But now if you see his feed, he's like he's a diehard Trump supporter, and he's gonna be doing what he has to do, and he's scared though. He has told me, "Hey, I'm a little bit scared of these polls that are coming out." What do you think? To me, they don't make sense. I don't even know what to tell them, to be honest. They don't make any sense to me. If people are lying, right? And even exit polls are the same thing. People are not going to come out of a toll booth and going to tell you, hey, I voted for this person. No, they're not going to do that either. So especially the thing is that is the atmosphere where we're at right now. Is the atmosphere where we are that makes it so tricky to get good responses from people. If the atmosphere was less politically charged, we could probably trust the polls a little bit more. But since it's not, we gotta do something a little bit more scientific. I think this guy right here with this model, I think he has something going here. He made a prediction that way people know. Look at this. The prediction was, look at the primary model gives chances 91% winning Donald Trump. Let's see who's calling. Somebody who's calling. Let's see who it is. Welcome to the Valentine Show. Who's this?
Hi, it's Sonia.
Hey, Sonia, how you doing today?
I'm okay. How are you?
Good. Can't complain. Thank God. What is on your mind? Happy Avocado Day. You know today is National Avocado Day. Did you know that?
No, and I'm embarrassed to say no because I love avocados.
Yeah, so talk to me, Sonia.
Well, let's talk about the sports because you started the show with that, right?
Yes, the sports, the whole thing with the NBA kneeling again, taking those.
There was there were some people that were not just the NFL. I mean the NHL. They were I think someone from the NBA was standing. Did you see that?
I didn't see that. No, to be honest, like I just heard that everybody. I don't know what game it was that I put up on the screen, but I heard that even the referees and the coaches, literally everybody was on their knees. Like, so I'm like, okay, I get it. I just turned off, to be honest.
Well, there was someone from the NBA. It was a black athlete, and he was standing up. They didn't say why he was doing it, but I saw the footage. And then before that, there was a football player who also said he wasn't going to kneel, but he gave his reasons. He said that he was from the Caribbean and that his mother or grandmother went through a lot to get here, and she was a nurse and she did a lot, and there's no way he's going to kneel, and he don't care what anybody says.
That one I know. I know he's like 6'6", 300 pounds. That one I heard about that guy. That he's a black Caribbean guy, and he said he's not leaning and he doesn't care what nobody says. And I think that has to be the attitude that a lot of us are gonna have to adopt a little bit more, to be honest, if we don't want to get punked.
Yeah, and the NHL, the guys that play hockey, I think somebody said that one of those guys that was standing there had got 20 stitches in his mouth, and he was like back on the ice like within 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So they were saying that those guys, they're like real men.
Yeah, they
and
tough.
I'm thinking, I guess so.
That's what the NFL has. They're known by that. They're real patriotic. That's what they're known to be, real patriotic and real like manly men. I don't know if you've seen hockey, but some of them don't even have their teeth on completely, right? Yeah, like some of them are missing teeth because they go really crazy, and they don't have, especially when it comes to the head, they don't have that much protection like people in the NFL with face masks and all that, which I think is something that they should probably put on. But in NHL they get it in. I'm gonna have to. I don't know anything about the NHL. Now I'm gonna have to start knowing about them.
It is funny though that they are white, so of course there's that.
Yeah, that's
people
what
are gonna say something about it.
They're gonna say that is that they're white supremacists and they're blah 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 and this and that, whatever they're like they always say. But Sonia, let me ask you this, since you called. I know we spoke earlier. Tell me a little bit, that way the people know a little bit about you and what you told me regarding the animosity you got from just sharing like I guess conservative things, like you were sharing the Uncle Tom thing on a mom group, and what was the result of that?
Well, they were posting about another documentary by Ava DuVernay. I think it's called 13. Okay. And I think they even had like a session where you could even watch it live with people online if you wanted to and talk about it and all that. So I said, well, then let me share the Uncle Tom documentary, because maybe people would be interested in hearing from these people too. Another perspective of Black America, right?
Yeah.
So, but the feedback that I got was, I think one woman said that Black conservatives make her uncomfortable.
Wow. So that's the straight up racist. And you're going to find a lot out of these people, these white liberals in particular. You're gonna get these little inclinings of like racism. But continue.
Yeah, so that was like one comment she said, and I can't remember off the top of my head what everyone said, but it wasn't very positive. It was mostly ignored. And if it wasn't for documentaries like that, or even now with everything that's going on, I wouldn't even know about those people that, the people in that movie even existed, or other, good figures like, Obama. He has that reputation of being this upstanding Black politician.
Yeah, because he's a smooth talker. Yeah, he's a smooth talker. Even though talking about Obama, he politicized the funeral of John Lewis. I don't know if you know that, started talking about politics and all that, blah blah blah. I mean, it's crazy.
I was looking at, I thought when I heard about that, I thought it was so hypocritical, because, they always say that, Trump is inappropriate and he doesn't say things in the right time or the right place, or that he shouldn't be saying them at all. Yeah. And so here's Obama, that he's supposed to be the class act, right? Yeah. And instead of delivering the eulogy for someone that was his longtime friend, someone that he respected, he actually took the time out to start, campaigning for Biden and talking about mail-in voting. And I thought, that wasn't really appropriate, in my opinion. And his wife is known for saying, when they go low, go high. Yeah. So I'm thinking he didn't take his own wife's advice, because that was not the time.
It's not. And it's funny that he said that you brought up the whole mail-in voting thing. He's telling that it's going to be dangerous for people to go vote to a whole room full of people. He's telling, hey, don't go vote. Yet they have a full room full of people in one room there. Yeah, he's telling people, don't go vote because it's going to be exactly in the funeral, because it's going to be dangerous. But you were telling me about the animosity, and it's crazy, right? Because you don't think you will, at least me, I wouldn't think you would get it so crazy from a mom Facebook group, right?
Oh, but look at that. That's the funny part. You just made me think of something. So yeah, that the documentary is, neither here nor there. Okay, so they're not really feeling it, but it didn't cause too much friction. Yeah. But then the admin of the group, she actually goes out of her way to write to say a post that who wants to go online and fill up the seats for the Trump rally, like faking that they're going to go to clog up, I guess, the seats. I guess you can order them for free or something online. She's like, who wants to go online with me and sign up for a Trump rally? You down? And everybody was down for it. And I thought, why would she do that? Because even if you don't like Trump or even if the majority doesn't like him, you don't know who in this group is supporting him. So it seems a little bit rude that she would just be making a joke like that. But believe it or not, there are people who do support Trump because they started complaining about it, but behind the scenes, so much so that she had to write a post to say that to stop sending her emails to report her post because politics is part of mothering. And when she said that, I said, well, you just opened the door, honey, because now I'm going to post about all the politics I want because it's mothering, right?
That's how it is. It is insane. It's insane, Sonia. So have you, I don't know, is this your first time being a conservative or?
I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like Avocado Day,
yeah.
I didn't know what it was.
But you're not the only
know.
one, Sonia.
No,
you're not the only one. There's a whole bunch of people that didn't know. And I always say it. I always said it. Yo, 4 years ago, I did not know the difference between a Democrat and a Republican. I didn't know what it was.
Let me ask you quickly before I forget, because I don't want to lose my train of thought. Why do they say Republican conservative? Is that the same as saying the Democratic liberal? Those two go together in each case?
Basically, they're supposed to be different things, right? First of all, conservative and liberal, those are just ideas of people looking at life, right? But the parties, at least in the United States, that represents those ideologies, conservatives is Republican and liberal is Democrat. But there's like human nature, there's a little bit of mixing and there's a little bit of gray area in between. You might find a conservative that agree with some liberal policies and a liberal that is more of a conservative, what they call, but they don't call them conservative. They will call them I forgot the word. Oh my God, I forgot the word. It's like they're like in the center. They will call them, right, a little bit
independent.
Not independent. No, it's a word that
libertarian.
No, yeah, that's another party. That's
nice try.
yeah, something crazy. But Sonia, thank you so much for calling me. It's always great talking to you and what you have to say. Sonia does have a blog, people that she writes and does her thing. If Sonia, you put it on the chat, that people go read some of your work. Thank you for calling me. Always, sister. God bless you.
Oh, you too. Bye bye.
Take care. Sonia, as always, a great caller. Who's gonna be the next person that's gonna call? Damon from the Bronx. Moderate. That is the word. But I forgot because I'm live. That's why you forget. Moderate is the word. Moderate. When they're talking about Democrats and liberals, moderate is the word. But let's keep talking a little bit here. But while somebody else calls again, the number to call 646-470-1077. No cursing, respect. Everything goes fine. Let me find it. Let me play it. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Where you get Susan Kaczkabrowski, the CEO of YouTube. She is saying that anything, this was about a month ago, anything that goes against the recommendations from the WHO, we are going to block it here. Again, the WHO that was wrong on the virus, that was wrong on face covering, anything that goes against that, we're going to block it here. And why do I bring that up? Because the doctors, Americans Frontline doctors that went and they did this presentation of the speech saying that there's that hydrochloroquine is a great drug for COVID, they have literally gotten demolished. So you got YouTube here telling people, don't trust these doctors. They're blocking this information. Can I make up my own mind? I'm a big boy. Can I make it up my own mind? Look at, what's her name? Let's see what we could say here.
% increase in, we've actually seen a 75% increase in the news coming from authoritative sources since the beginning of 2020. So we've seen a lot of demand there. But then we also
what does that mean? That means an increase in video views for those?
Yeah, and so we talk about that as raising authoritative information. But then we also talk about removing information that is problematic. Of course, anything that is medically unsubstantiated, so people saying like, take vitamin C, take turmeric, like those all will cure you.
How does YouTube, a bunch of geeks, how do they know this? I want to know. How do they know this? How do they know what's good, what's proper? How do they know this?
Those are the examples of things that would be a violation of our policy. Anything that would go against World Health Organization. Anything that will go against the who? Recommendations would be a violation of our policy. And so remove is another really important part of our policy.
That's the problem right there. That's the problem. There's people that are getting healed on hydroxychloroquine, yet this person right here is telling you that you are not allowed to get that information, yet other people are allowed to share that information, but not you. For example, let me find this tweet here that I had on, it's on my Twitter. Follow me at Twitter. What is my handle on Twitter? I don't even know, man. Twitter gets crazy. I don't even know how to use Twitter too much. Look at it right here. Valentine Show 7. That is my handle. Follow me on Twitter. I don't have too many followers on Twitter, man. Go follow me. I put some good stuff on there. Let's see what let me see. Let me see if I find it. No, I don't think I'm gonna find. No. I think there was a tweet here by, let me see, by CNN saying the same exact thing, yet they don't get removed. Ted Cruz was the one that put it up, but for some reason I don't find it here. I thought I retweeted it. Seems like I didn't. He put that up, right? CNN saying that hydroxychloroquine works. Their stuff is stays up. Yet I go say it. Hydroxychloroquine work like they banned Don Jr. because he retweeted this information of these doctors or the video of these doctors. He got temporarily banned. Yes, CNN doesn't get banned. You're feeding the conspiracy theory monster. You're feeding it. Whether it's true or whether it's not, you're feeding it. That they're manipulating the information, that they're manipulating the data for some type of gain. The number to call, guys, is 646-470-1077. I want to take one last call. One more last call before we call it a great show. Who's going to call me before I wrap it on up and take it over to the Valentine show? I mean, let me say it well. El Show de Valentín. En español. Wow, that sounded good to me, man. The Valentine show in Spanish, El Show de Valentín, where I do it with my wife we start there around 9 o'clock, but I want to take one last call. Who's going to call me? Let's see if there's a brave soul out there, because I don't know, man. Sometimes I see like I bite, man. Some of you guys are scared. What's going on, man? Are you guys scared of me? Are you guys scared of me? I hope not. I hope not. Again, number to call, 646-470-1077. And it's just insane where we're going with it in the United States, right? So let's see what happens with these polls with Joe Biden, right? Another very telling sign is of who's gonna vote for who, right? Is there enthusiasm on our side, on Trump's side? There's a lot of enthusiasm. Me, I'm one that I cannot wait. I wish November 4th was tomorrow. I mean, November 3rd, that way I could go vote. Are the people for Joe Biden saying the same thing? Is there enthusiasm on his side? I don't think so. For example, look at this National Review article where it says Sanders campaign co-chair compares endorsing Biden to eating a bowl of SIHIT. That doesn't sound very enthusiastic to me. So there's no enthusiasm when the people are like saying, yeah, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and I'm gonna go vote for Joe Biden. I don't think there's anybody saying that, to be honest. Or at least not that big amount of like the Trump supporters are. Trump supporters are ready to rock and roll with it, man. We're ready to do it. We're ready to rock and roll with it, to be honest. And that gets also should be taken into account when you think about these polls. Don't let these polls get you down. Don't let any other stuff get you down. Remember, don't sleep. November 3rd is around the corner. Share the message. Go watch a video that I did on how can conservatives fight back. And I talk about the conservative dollars. I talk about making an alternate account on the internet. not with all your private information on it, somewhere where you could share your views. And it's very important. We need to share our views so everybody knows them, right? Very important. And the fact that you got to do a little commingling, put your little skin in the game, do a little something, you know, commingle with Trump supporters, conservatives on the DL, right? On the low. Guys, I want to thank you guys so much. Nobody was brave enough to call me, but I want to start a new tradition here on the channel, and is that I want to end the channel with some hope. I want to give you some hope. This little boy here that you see is going to give you some hope. He's singing, "Don't worry, because every little thing is going to be all right."
Worry about a thing, because every little thing is going to be all right. I woke up this morning on my horizon. 3 little birds
This is Bob Marley.
on my doorstep, singing sweet songs, melody blowing true. And they said, "This message is you."
Look at him. Look
They
at him.
said, "Don't
He
worry
thinks he's a puppy chulo. Look at him.
about a thing,
Because every little thing is going to be all right.
Don't worry about a thing, because every little thing is going to be all right. Don't worry about a thing, because every little thing is going to be all right.
Don't worry about a thing, guys. Every little thing is going to be all right. I guarantee you this. We're seeing so many bad things in this world. So many. We think there's no solution. There is nothing. We think that good is gonna not win. I guarantee you this. Good will win. Let me say it better. God will win. Thank you for the people that called, for the people that didn't call, for the people that are here. God bless each and every one of you guys. Enjoy your weekend, Sunday. Go to church. Take care. Me, Valentine, I am out.